we're going to go ahead and get started with the meeting. If you haven't already, please go ahead and put your organization that you are representing in the chat, just so we have a record of who's here. Thank you all for coming. Really excited. And okay, let's get started. So our fund request balance is currently $12,939.72. We don't have a guest speaker for today, and I'm going to go ahead and get started with our presentation. Let me share my screen. Let's see. All right. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. So the first thing that we have, oh, by the way, the meeting has officially started. Call to order is 11:35. So for new business, we have our available Senate seats. We have seats in just about every single college open. We have nobody serving on our Council of Orgs. We only have 2 undergraduate students for HSH, so we're looking for another undergrad and 2 graduate students. We're looking for all sorts of students from College of Science and Engineering. So all of basically there's Senate seats for every single college open. So if you know anybody who's interested, or you're interested in it yourself, applications are available on Get Involved. So you guys can go ahead and fill that out. If you have any questions on what being a senator entails, you can go ahead and send us an email at sga@uhcl.edu, and we can give you more information on that. But we really need to fill up these Senate seats. The next thing we have is we have an upcoming town hall. So for those of y'all who don't know, we hosted a town hall, SGA hosted a town hall where we invited members of our administration to discuss social unrest and racial injustice. It took place about 2 weeks ago, and we collected a lot of information about the way the student body was feeling. So at this town hall, we're going to have the first part of it is going to be dedicated to answering the unanswered questions from the previous town halls, and just follow-up questions from the previous town halls that students did not get answered. And then we're also going to have an open forum component where students will be able to ask questions and get live answers. So we do have this town hall. We're going to be posting all about it on all of our social medias, so make sure you follow us. It's up here on the screen right here. But the town hall is going to take place on Wednesday, July 29th from 10 a.m. to noon. We're working on sending out all the information to administration shortly, as well as posting it all over our socials. So keep a lookout for an email regarding this town hall. And yeah, that's it for that. We do have an executive council report or two, actually, from our VP committee coordinator, Misty Woods, but she's not here. So right now, we're going to table that until she's able to join us for this meeting. But we're going to go ahead and move on to the next thing that we have on our agenda, which is student organization announcements. So we have Carissa Barrow from the Family Therapy Student Association for student recruitment. Is she here? Carissa Barrow.
She's not here as of this moment, Hiba.
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, we're going to move on to the next agenda item, but before we do that, let me do something really quickly. Sorry. Okay, so the next person on our agenda is Matthew Perry with Student Housing and Residential Life to discuss the Hunter Hall Scholarship. Mr. Perry, are you here?
I am. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with your slideshow really quickly. Here we go. All right.
Thank you. And if you could just go to that next slide, Hiba, for me.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Well, welcome, everyone. Thanks for having me, Director of Student Housing, Matt Perry. So as the campus continues to go through its planning for fall semester, so do we in student housing. And so for Hunter Hall, we'll be open as usual, serving residents in need of housing or who want that enhanced on-campus experience. So a couple things about Hunter Hall as we transition to fall semester. Still our first ever traditional suite style hall on campus. And so very collegiate on-campus experience to live in a residence hall. We have 24-hour live-in, highly trained staff members. They're even going to be going through some extra training in terms of how to clean and keep the facility as clean as possible. We have electronic swipe access to the hall and rooms and suites, so very secure facility. Free utilities, everything's included in your housing rate, and that includes laundry. So you can do unlimited laundry as long as you live here with us. For the fall semester, the way we're doing our housing model is you will not have a roommate. At the very most, you would share a restroom with one person on the other side of the suite. And so we felt that was kind of the safest way to house students with everything going on for the fall and spring semester. So anyone who lives with us, you will not have a roommate. That is our goal. We're following all CDC health and safety guidelines, from cleaning the facility to social distancing around the hall, mask requirements at events and those community builders, that type of thing. So another exciting piece for the fall, we have some new affordable options for our UHCL Hawks in order to live in Hunter Hall. So if that's something that might interest you, feel free to reach out to us at 281-283-2615 or give us an email at housing@uhcl.edu. So we have some special kind of prices right now, trying to make it as affordable as possible for UHCL Hawks. So if that's something that interests you or you know someone who still hasn't shored up their housing for the fall semester, feel free to throw them our way. And as always, we invite you to live, learn, and engage with us. And so there's never been a better time to live on campus, as we have a lot of different safety and cleaning processes in the residence hall. It's a pretty safe and healthy living environment for the students and guests. And so student health and safety will always be our number one priority. And so we're in the heart of campus. Lots of good CDC guidelines we're following, as well as the new affordable options. So come check us out in Hunter Hall. And with that, I'll just pause and see if there's any questions there. All right, well, reach out to us. Otherwise, thank you, Hiba, for your time, everyone.
Great. Thank you so much, Mr. Perry, for your presentation. Thank you for participating in our meetings. We appreciate it. And I think with that, we just have open forum, but I'm going to go ahead and cover Misty's topics before this meeting ends. So let's do that. Let me share my screen again. So I cannot speak on everything since I don't have the full information, but we do have multiple openings for all sorts of committees. So if you are interested in serving on a committee, or you know anybody who's interested in serving on a committee, please email us at sga@uhcl.edu so we can get you sorted away into the committee that's best for you. We really need lots of student engagement because this is an opportunity for students to be involved in decision making on campus, and we want to make sure that the students' voices are heard and their opinions are shared at the table when a lot of decisions are being made. So that's a benefit of serving on these committees. So please email us and let us know if you're interested in these opportunities. Another thing is Missy, our VP committee coordinator, is going to be spearheading our constitution. So for those of you who don't know, in the last academic year, the previous executive council worked on updating and revamping the constitution. We had certain issues with that, and currently we have the same constitution, the same old constitution. The constitution was never updated. So Missy is going to be working on establishing a new process and updating our constitution. We're probably going to have a committee for that, but I'm going to let Missy give full details on that, hopefully at our next meeting or later today if she does join the meeting. After that, we just have our open forum. Are there any questions? You can type them in the chat if you don't want to. Do you have any tips for student organizations having to adapt to an online setting this semester? Honestly, I would just say that make sure that you're increasing your communication as much as possible. So try to have regular Zoom meetings. If you guys are using Zoom and you think that it's not working out for y'all, a really good tip is Microsoft Teams. It's really, really, really helpful. And I feel like everything is a lot smoother there. You can share files and you can work on documents at the same time, see live updates. And see live updates and stuff like that. Also, there's Discord, which is an app. It's like a communication app that Troy actually put me on. So Troy, do you want to talk about Discord and how great it is?
Sure. So I didn't know about Microsoft Teams, and I started using Discord. I never used it for gaming. I've only used it for school purposes. But essentially, and we've used it for claws. So Clear Lake Anime Watchers has actually used Discord to, when we had switched over to doing all online for the rest of the spring semester, we used Discord to actually host our meetings where I actually owned all of the anime that we were going to watch for the rest of the semester. And so I would load it up, and then everybody would join into my stream. And it's all private because you have to know somebody to get in. And we would sit there and we would watch, and we kind of liked it a lot because we could sit there and chat and talk to each other without interrupting other people that just want to watch the show. So Discord's a great way to, and it's free. Both of these programs are free. Microsoft Teams is paid for by the school. So when you log in, use your UHCL login. And the Discord is just free for everybody to use. And if you need help with either one of those, I'd be more than willing to help you out with setting up those servers or your accounts and kind of showing you how to use them.
Yeah. So Troy, if you could drop your email in the chat, so if people have any questions, they could reach out to you about any of that. Thank you for your question, Catherine. Are there any other questions? Any other comments? Any other concerns?
Hibba, I have something real quick to share.
Okay.
To kind of add to the conversation about keeping the students and student organizations involved. I think one thing to remind the audience, the student leaders and the organizations, is this instance or this format that we're now in, being virtual, is a great time to remind the audience that there are features in the Campus Labs UHCL Get Involved platform that allow for online communications, as well as the company that we have the product from is continuing to add new virtual features, knowing that higher education is now virtual. So texting features. By default, PeopleSoft does not share your cell phone or alternate device phone number in the system, but your organization page, your membership rosters allow for text messaging as an opt-in. So start looking into those features or work with our team in the Student Involvement and Leadership Office about some of these virtual techniques or technological means of communicating through UACL Get Involved. Chat features, much like you see off to the side here in Zoom, are features on the Get Involved page, where you can have chat rooms or features or message boards within the page of your organization or organizations that you belong to. So there are definitely some untapped features that have been clearly there since the get-go that we just need to remind or educate the new student leaders that are taking over the organizations to really take part in utilizing those features to the full, especially now that we have to rely on technology. Another thing too is, and it's kind of something that in some instances I'm speaking to the choir here, but it's a testimonial that we collectively as a group need to share, and that is campus life. The student organizations are a very critical component to campus life, even back when we were on campus. As you all celebrate your organization's mission and goals by putting on speaker events or social events or activities and whatnot on campus. Now that we're virtual, that may look different, and the activity and the attendance may look different, but it's going to be very critical that we encourage to get all of our students re-registered and have an enormous amount of student organizations available to the student body, as they will now need to find a way to connect with one another virtually. And it's the student organizations, along with other campus initiatives, that are really going to help make that happen. So as you embark in re-registering or creating a new org to register, talk with other friends, colleagues, classmates, leaders of other organizations that have yet gone through the process, and remind them that the manifest of organizations that we should all be proud of that we have listed now are the ones that we will have available to encourage the student body virtually to interact with and connect with the institution.
Okay, so I think that wraps up our meeting for the day. So for closing remarks, we have the next virtual SGA meeting will be held on August 4th, 2020. Please be present no later than 11:20 a.m. to be led into the session so we can begin promptly at 11:30 a.m. To schedule an agenda item, i.e. Student organization announcements, staff and university office announcements, etc., a completed form must be submitted on the SGA website by 12 o'clock noon on Wednesday, July 31st. Online forms are available at www.uhcl.edu/SGA. I also just want to stress that until we're back to face-to-face, it's very important that everybody RSVPs and registers in order to be let into our meetings. And it's important to arrive at 11:20 because late arrivals may not be let in a timely manner. So just to ensure that you're getting the full experience of these SGA meetings, we strongly encourage you to show up on time, or actually 10 minutes early, and RSVP for these meetings beforehand with your UHCL credentials. The quote of the day is, when you see something that is not right, not fair, not just, you have to speak up. You have to say something. You have to do something. John Lewis. And I believe meeting adjourned. It is currently 11:54. Thank you all so much for coming, and we'll see you on August 4th. Please follow us on our social media. It's right there at the bottom.